Kyle.
John, in for Jason tonight, we've got another Hoops Friday night.
Of course we do. You gotta love Friday night, right? Some big matchups all over the area, including a battle of #1 ranked teams. Plus, we catch up with the pro teams in Cincinnati and Cleveland. Hear the latest on Johnny Manziel and more after this quick timeout.
This is your News Now, Sports.
A familiar face returns to Lincolnview High School. Former Lancer Frank Kill leads the LCC Thunderbirds to battle against his undefeated alma mater. A game that pits the top teams in Division III and IV against each other. Our Eddie Kilroy standing by live at Lincolnview with both head coaches for tonight's Hoops preview. Hey, Eddie.
Yeah, John, it's only the JV game, and it's already standing room only, so you can imagine just the excitement around this game. With both head coaches that you said, we'll start with the home team and Brett Hamilton, coach. 19-0 on top of the Division IV poll, and you're on top of the Northwest Conference. Good times are rolling here for the Lancers, right?
Yeah, you know, a lot of positive things are happening. That's because of the players we have on our team and the effort they've given. You know, their hard work's paying off, and it's shown, and, you know, hopefully they can keep it going, but it's just, you know, great atmosphere, and it's a great team to coach.
What's the biggest concern when trying to game plan for an LCC team that's on top of the Division III poll?
You know, just containing their speed and handling their pressure. You know, they're great defensively, very well coached, and, you know, we got to be able to stay in front of the basketball, and when they pick us up full court, to be able to handle that as well, and just, you know, take care of the basketball, get easy shots, and also make shots. You know, it's going to be crucial to win tonight's game.
All right, thanks, Coach. Let's turn to the former Lancer, Frank Kill. Nice to be back in front of the home crowd, right?
Oh, definitely. It's always good to come home, and, you know, when you get this kind of a welcoming, and it's always a pleasure. But, you know, we got business to do tonight, and we know that, you know, Lincolnview's #1 in Division IV for a reason. You know, it's not a joke, and they don't need to apologize for anything, but we know they're good, and we're going to have to play.
And you're good as well. Your last 2 victories, at least by 18 points or more. Seems that you guys have just been cruising lately, and you found a rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, after the Lima Senior game, you know, we had to kind of pick ourselves up and realize that we have a lot of basketball left to play this season. And, you know, we want to get ready for Columbus, hopefully. And it starts tonight. You know, one game at a time kind of is the mentality that we have to have. And we have to play our best basketball because we know Lincolnview's going to play their best.
Last question, when we talk about the Lancers, length and depth comes to mind. How do you even game plan for a senior class that has 6 men, 5 of which are 6'3" or taller?
Well, I mean, I think we just continue to do what we have done all season long. You know, we don't change anything up. We don't, you know, game plan any different than what we do. You know, we're going to stick to our kind of basic defense, man-to-man, and try to transition basketball. That's who we are, and we're not going to change, you know, our game style just because of who we're playing. You know, I think that's why we've been successful this year.
All right, thanks, Coach. And you'll see this game on Hoops Friday night tonight at 11 on Your News Now from Lincolnview High School. Eddie Kilroy, Your News Now Sports.
Thanks, Eddie. Here are just a handful of other games we're headed to on a Hoops Friday night. Lima Senior looks to remain perfect and get the season sweep against Findlay on the road. In the Western Buckeye League, Shawnee hosts Bath and Wapak welcomes Ottawa Glandorf. Spencerville tries to keep pace right behind the NWC lead by hosting Crestview to the Blanchard Valley. In order for Lipstick to stay tied for first, they have to get past Macomb tonight. And finally in the MAC, Versailles takes the trip to Delphus, the co-first place team needing a conference win to stay on top, and that goes for the other leader in the MAC too. Coldwater also on the road, Cavs needing a big win against Minster to keep their conference championship hopes alive. Highlights from 17 games tonight on Hoops Friday night. In the major leagues, J.J. Hoover won his arbitration case against the Cincinnati Reds. The right-handed reliever will make $1.4 million entering his 5th season. This is the first time the Reds have gone to arbitration since 2004 with former pitcher Chris Rietsma. From Cincinnati to Cleveland, more news about Johnny Manziel. Today, his longtime agent Eric Burkhart dropped Johnny Football as a client. This comes a day after news broke out about Manziel's ex-girlfriend telling police he had hit her multiple times. In a statement, Burkhart says, quote, "It has become painfully obvious that his future rests solely in his own hands," end quote. You hate to see, you know, someone suffer that bad, but I hope he gets back on his horse.
As his agent said, his ex-agent said, he's got to do it on his own. So it looks like. All right. Thanks, John. Back with final stock numbers right after this.